Hello everyone, I'm the new guy Gregory Sze, and what we have here today is the new Porsche Macan, a premium compact SUV designed to compete against the Range Rover Evoque and the BMW X4. A Porsche calls this an SUV without a compromise. It's practical, but special. Heck, they even go as far as calling it a sports car. A real Porsche. Right. On looks alone, I think it's a hell of a lot better than the old Cayennes. Okay, fine. The second gen ones weren't that bad, but this one, it's properly pretty. Now this particular model here is the standard Macan with a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine from the Volkswagen Group. Apart from Mark Webber's 919 hybrid Le Mans racer, this is the first 4-cylinder Porsche since the 968 from the mid-90s. It's got quite a fair bit of power as well. It has just under 240 horsepower and 350 Nm of torque, paired to a 7-speed PDK dual-clutch transmission and an all-wheel drive system. It will do 0 to 100 km/h in 6.9 seconds, within a second of the base Boxster. So, it's not exactly slow now, is it? The price to pay? Well, the Macan 2-litre starts at 420,000 ringgit. But trust me, you'll be paying a whole lot more when you look at the long list of options. This one right here has a lot of it. Think a top-spec Myvi on top of the entry price and you get a rough idea. And if that's not scary enough, this isn't even the full spec. Want an example? Look at this key right here. To have it painted to match the color of the car, that's gonna cost you. Keyless entry? That's gonna cost you. Simple Bluetooth connectivity? That's gonna cost you. And the list goes on and on and on. If you want more performance, there's the Macan S with a 340 horsepower 3-litre twin-turbo V6 for 560,000 ringgit. For diesel lovers, there's the Macan S Diesel with 245 horsepower. That one goes for 545,000 ringgit. If you want the ultimate Macan, you're gonna have to cough up 785,000 ringgit for the 400 horsepower Macan Turbo. That one will get you from 0 to 100 in less than 5 seconds. Now with numbers out of the way, let's get back to the way it looks. The headlights do remind me of the ones on the Boxster and the Cayman. They make the car look properly sporty, without trying too hard, like the BMW X4. Does it look like a Porsche? Yeah, I think it does. Moving on to the side, you get some really cool looking side blades right down here, paying homage to the 918 Spider. If you want, you can have them dressed in carbon fiber for extra cash. The Macan 2-litre comes as standard with 18-inch wheels. And no, these are actually the optional 20-inch ones. If you so desire, you can have them with 21-inch designs as well. The rear may look a bit plain, but I think it's just right. Slender at the top, wide shoulders, and a sloping roofline towards the back. The slim LED rear lamps have a nice 3D design to them, which again is taken from the 918 hypercar. Now I bet, just by looking at it, you would not have guessed it's based on the Audi Q5. Now access to the rear hatch is interesting because, well, no handles, until you click this. And then you get 500 litres of boot space. You can then fold down the rear seats individually to get as much as 1,500 litres of space. Try doing that in a 911. Malaysia's Macan comes as standard with Porsche's PASM active suspension, but you can upgrade it to an air suspension setup for an extra 6,000 ringgit. With that installed, you can adjust the car's ride height to match the road conditions and even lower the back end of the car. So loading things in becomes a lot easier. Brilliant, right? Next up, we have the interior. And as you'd expect, it's quite pleasant inside. Space in the back isn't exactly great. It will be a tight squeeze for anyone of 6 feet and above, but at least there are side window blinds and rear aircon vents with dedicated temperature controls back here. Don't expect them to come free though. The touchscreen system is standard across the range, but some of the functions within it may cost you extra. Right down the center console, the number of buttons available depend on how much you're willing to spend. Buttons here control the dampers, throttle map, steering weight, and ride height. There's even an off-road function if you are inclined as such. In this particular car, we get the brushed aluminum treatment on the fascia. Other choices include piano black, wood, and even carbon fiber should you want it. The Porsche badges embossed onto the front and rear headrests are optional as well. The Cool Sports Chrono Pack allows owners to keep track of their lap times. And when it's not doing that, it functions as a normal analog clock. Be warned though, the dash top looks super plain without it, so you would want to have this option box ticked. Finding the perfect driving position is easy when you have 14-way powered seats. Now keep in mind though, that they are an optional extra over the base 6-way seats. And you can even spec up an 18-way sport seats if you want. You don't get a push start button on the Macan. Instead, you have a weird looking stub that you twist like a normal key. Another one of Porsche's silly idiosyncrasies has been fixed however. Unlike in other models, you can now have both paddle shifters and steering buttons. The interior is what you would expect from a Porsche. Solid build quality that's a Teutonic trademark. Everywhere your fingers touch, it feels like it's worth the entry price. You can even have the entire dashboard covered in leather, at extra cost of course. With that said, I'm not too sure about the colour of the leather on this car. But hey, it's a personal choice and maybe I'm just too conservative. So there you have it. All you need to know about the new Porsche Macan. It's a lovely little SUV if you can stomach the steep pricing and options. A big plus to this is the standard 4-year warranty and 4-year or 100,000 km free service and maintenance package. Now between this and the Range Rover Evoque, I'd spend my money on the Macan. For more on the Porsche Macan and other automotive news and reviews, stick to paultown.org. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's more to come, but for now, thanks for watching.